Welcome back to our weekly market wrap-up. Indian equity benchmarks closed in the red this week, weighed by uncertainty around the proposed India-US trade agreement and a soft start to the monthly macro cycle. Despite upbeat PMI numbers, global trade developments and the upcoming earnings season kept investor sentiment cautious. So, stay tuned, and by the end of this video, we'll unpack the key drivers behind these moves and what lies ahead. This week, Sensex declined by 0.74% to 83,432.89, while Nifty 50 slipped 0.69% to 25,461.23. In contrast, BSE Midcap rose 0.59%, and Small Cap gained 1.07%, showing strength in the broader market. Bank Nifty ended nearly flat, reflecting overall market caution amid global trade uncertainty. India's macro data presented a mixed picture. IIP growth for May slowed to a 9-month low of 1.2%, weighed down by weak performance in manufacturing, mining and electricity. Manufacturing grew modestly at 2.6%, mining contracted slightly, and electricity output dropped sharply by 5.8%. On the other hand, forward-looking indicators were encouraging. The HSBC manufacturing PMI surged to a 14-month high of 58.4 in June, and the services PMI hit a 10-month high of 60.4 thanks to improved demand and business confidence. The composite PMI rose to 61, the highest since April 2024, pointing to sustained economic momentum. Globally, strong momentum in global equities continued as US indices hit record highs. Markets focused on upcoming FOMC meeting minutes and inflation data from China. China's trade and inflation figures due next week will provide insights into demand revival. Meanwhile, expectations of potential trade deals between the US, China, and India added to the positive sentiment. Among this week's top gainers, Raymond Limited surged 19.0% on buzz around its real estate arm, Raymond Realty's listing. Asahi India Glass touched 18.0%, a 10-year high, after strong results and technical buying. Chennai Petroleum, 14.8%, jumped on improving refining margins. On the downside, the top losers were Sammaan Capital dropped 4.1% as investors booked profits with no fresh updates. Raymond Realty declined 10.2% post-listing due to heavy institutional selling. Trent Limited fell 10.7% after analysts downgraded the stock on retail expansion concerns. In the unlisted space, Tata Capital raised Rs 400 crore through NCDs, building momentum ahead of its much-anticipated IPO. MobiKwik is set to refile its IPO papers with SEBI, targeting a FY26 listing. Sterlite Power revived its IPO plans, leveraging its merchant power and transmission play. Other high-interest unlisted names include MSEI, NSE, Apollo Green Energy, Pharmacy, CSK, NSDL, and Tata Capital. That wraps up this week's market highlights. Here's what to watch in the week ahead. Next week, markets are expected to take cues from global trends, with no major domestic events on the horizon. Strong global cues and robust DII flows continue to support bullish sentiment. US equity markets remain strong, and a possible India-US trade agreement is creating optimism. Cooling geopolitical tensions and falling Brent crude prices may also help contain inflation worries. If trade negotiations progress and FIIs ease their selling, we could see the Nifty extend gains, especially in large caps. Globally, keep an eye on China's inflation and trade data and the US Fed's FOMC minutes, which may provide clarity on future rate actions. That's all for today. Stay connected with Tikona Capital for more insights and wealth-building opportunities from the themes of the decade. Explore more on tikonacapital.smallcase.com to know more. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. See you next week.